I met Chazers um, probably around May of 2004. I don't know why I'm making this. Um, Maybe this is just my way of just speaking to him. Maybe sometimes when I'm making videos, I realize that he watches my channel sometimes, and so I'm like, I sometimes I sneak, not like plottingly, but I sometimes I sneak reference. Well, not sometimes I sneak things in my videos where I'm basically just talking to Chaz. And I'm not sure if this mic is being recorded, so I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop the recording and restart it. Okay, so it's recording. All right, so I am gonna be honest. I don't really know when I met Chaz. It's probably sometime last year, I guess. I mean, let me click around. If I go, I know the first time I can recall that he commented on one of my videos was, I believe, in the 2020 video where I, for some reason, mentioned him. It's just weird, like, you never think, I guess you don't, sometimes you just don't think about things, and then they become a blur when you try to think about them. And this is just a casual thing where it's like, I don't really focus on time or times or dates or whatever the fuck. So it's like I don't really know when I met Chaz. I would say it's probably been a year now already, which is crazy. Years getting shorter, I was thinking about that the other day. A year is like, when you're a kid, it's like this fucking feat. And I remember seeing like a Casey Neistat video where he's talking about how, like, scientifically a year is shorter every year of your life by a certain, like, fraction. And I was just like, that makes no sense. Like, that doesn't even, I don't get it. That's just like your perception. It's not actually shorter. You're just fucking, when you're a kid, everything's for some reason, it's just in slow mo. It's you. It's not time. It's you. Which I guess is maybe what he's saying, but and I still think it's bullshit, but kind of. But it's true that in your perception, usually most people, it seems to be the case that the more you grow, the faster time seems to go. So it's like sometimes I meet people and then I know them for like 2 years, and then I'm like, what the fuck? We've known each other for 2 years. That's okay, you know. I really don't know what to say in this video, but I think like I was going to say, I feel like ever since, well, even before I realized Chaz watched any of my videos, I remember mentioning him or whatever, and then once we kind of became friendly, and it was more than just like a comment on a video. Sometimes I would just straight up say something to him in one of my videos, and I do it all the time. I probably do it in every, like, my last 20 videos, honestly. If I I probably have mentioned Chaz. And he's become a good friend of mine. I don't know if he feels that way. I kind of feel like he does. I don't really usually presume to know what people are thinking, although I often wonder you know, like anybody. But I mean, I just think that Chaz is one of the best things that's happened to me in a very long time. I don't know, and I was just telling him this yesterday actually. I have no idea why he decided to to like associate himself with me in any way. I have no idea what drew him in. I used to like to think that it was just him, and he just wanted to like how do I put it? Like do something random. It's like, oh, let's just join this guy's community. Fuck it. You know, like, oh, here's a guy. Let's just mess with him for a while. But he turned out, you know. So nowadays, I'm not so sure that's what it was. I'm not so sure it was so turbulent. But I don't want to like act like I'm some figure to be sought after. Like where somebody would be like, oh, I got to get on his good side. I want to be his friend. I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. So I really don't know what it is. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe it matters. I'm sure it matters to him. Or maybe it doesn't anymore because it's been a while now and we're friends. So in my life, I've had a lot of friends that I considered best friends, and I think that it definitely wasn't like-minded, you know? Like, I can be clingy. When I was a kid, I was insanely clingy. I would want to hang out with people, my friends, every fucking day and go ride bikes and shit, and people would be like, dude, I'm not gonna like, I remember my best friend since middle school. I remember I would like pester him, and he would like, you know, he was such a laid back dude, and I was always kind of a square in our friendship until the later days. I feel like it almost flopped the other way around. But I remember like in the summer of middle school or something, we would play Xbox, and I would say, dude, we gotta hang out more. I'm you know, I'm telling you, man. And we would try and set something up, and I would literally like plan it out and give him like a, dude, let's do Saturday, man, let's do it. And he's like, all right. But and then he would like, I remember, this is like, I'm speaking from an actual experience. Like one that I can remember, where I woke up nervous and excited that we were gonna hang out that day, and then it was like 4 p.m. and I was like totally depressed. And then I was like, all day I was waiting for him to log on Xbox, and then like when he did, he didn't message me. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I felt I was so betrayed. And then, like, I was just so sad. And by the time we ended up talking that day, he was like, oh, man, I totally forgot. I'm sorry, man. I slept in. And then, you know, it would go on to be this thing where he's like, you know, I don't want to hang out every day, obviously, you know, blah, blah, blah. I do my own, you know, it's just trivial whatever. It's trivial kid shit where it's like, I just wanted to hang out with him every fucking day, every moment, and he just wanted to live, which is perfectly normal. It's not that he didn't want to hang out with me. It's probably part of it. It's probably he just didn't want to as much as I did. But I've had plenty of situations like that And over time, I think that especially later in life, I just grew really despondent, and I started to really despise people, and I just became really just about, I guess, kind of selfish, pretty much, a selfish person, somebody who's just thinking like, God, is just so dumb, and no, there's no hope. There's like so few people left in my life that make me feel hopeful for my my brother man, you know. And one by one they were falling from grace. It's almost like I would idolize these people, and then I would think, oh man, this guy is not. This isn't how I would put it in my head, but it's like I'd find out that people weren't perfect, and you know, or that all their beliefs didn't line up with mine, and that would be like such a like a devastation. And one by one, every person would fall from grace, and you know, the whole, you know, worship shit and the idolization of anything is not something I subscribe to much. I mean, I like bands, I like music, I like people sometimes as individuals. So I guess I might maybe idolize stuff a little bit. Not a walking advertisement, but and I don't like to be remotely, even though sometimes I can't really help it. But I think that if there's any literal single person that I idolize or just hold in such a high regard right now in life, would just be Chaz. It's like, and it's really been something I've just been thinking about the past day, really, the past 2 days. And then I got this like title in my head. Sometimes that happens where it's like I get the title in my head before I get the fucking idea. Why Chaz is the best YouTuber? It's like, what kind of video even is that? At first I was just like, no. But then I realized and I realized this within the last half hour. I realized what kind of videos do I make anyway? What does it matter? And I don't know if Chaz is going to like or dislike or approve of this video, or if he's going to think it's stupid, or if he's going to find out something about me that he doesn't like, or if he thinks that it's clingy or too much. But I think that it's not like it. I mean, it's out of my hands. This is just something that I want to do for a reason that I can't even really explain. I feel like I just want to talk about it. And I don't even know what channel I'm going to upload this to. What if I upload it to my main? Everyone's like I can see the comment. I don't know this Chaz guy, but I guess I'll check him out. Thanks. I appreciate what you said. I don't know. It's some shit like that. I visualize the comments. There's something about Chaz that's so sweet. And when I first met him, I always felt like he's making fun of me. And I remember thinking, and I've told this to a lot of people, or I've told this to whoever I guess I've ranted or vented to or whatever about random shit. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, I remember when I first met Chaz, he was such an intellectually challenging person to speak to. it was like an intellectual workout. Like he was just all over the place. I remember like I don't remember the first time we talked. I kind of do. But I remember the first few times we talked, and like it was just all over the place. Like just I'm snapping again. I'm clapping. He would just like just boomerang around all these different topics, and like most of them wouldn't even be topics. Like the way he spoke was patternless. It was just pure chaos in a mouth. And I was so confused, and I couldn't tell if he was just like messing with me, like somebody messing with their prey, like playing with them or something, like he's toying with me, or if he was making fun of me, or if he was mocking me. And then I remember saying that to him at one point, and I remember like there were a couple of times when I got kind of sad, and I just kind of like said, all right, man, I'll see you later. I left because I didn't know if he was just like, fuck this guy or what. And then I said that to him once, and he said something like, dude, I'd feel the same way. Or he said something like along the lines of that. And I was like, what, dude? Like, I totally am not making fun of you. I'm not like, it's just me. I'm just messing with you. I'm not mocking you to like be a dick. And I realized that I totally do that shit too. So it's almost like he could have just been miming me. And maybe to this day he still is. But I just kind of stuck it out, and I always admired, at the same time as I feared it, I admired him and just how he speaks and just the uniqueness of it and the sincerity. And we often have these conversations where we relate about the like what is probably just the dumbest shit. Like me and Chaz will sit and we'll sit and we'll watch a fucking Loft video that's like 20 minutes long, and we'll just laugh at it. And for some reason, I feel like we both have this exact like same appreciation for like what would normally be considered like really boring content on YouTube, or just like really trivial like shit that no one usually cares about. Me and Chaz, for some reason, will sit down and watch and just try to understand what we're watching, and we'll like process it and we'll laugh about it, and it's just this fucking beautiful thing. Like I've been in like my server, and me and Chaz will be watching a video, and we'll be both silent, like paying attention to whatever we're watching, and then somebody else will join and they'll crack a joke, but me and Chaz are like so invested that it's just like it doesn't even faze me. And I just think to myself, like, obviously there's something that I'm seeing, and there's something that Chaz is seeing that's like-minded, because there's no one else here with me watching this 20-minute video of Loft talking about how he's quitting Amazon. Like, it's I don't know, and I don't even really know where I'm going with this. I guess I'm just saying I relate to Chaz in a strange way, and I think that it's like one in a skillion that I relate to him in this way. He's inspired me a lot. He's, obviously I probably said this in the beginning of this channel, but he's probably it's inspired this channel, Epic Magic Man. If this is the one that it goes on, I don't fucking know if it will be. He partially inspired the idea of these classical Let's Plays. I was a fan of his channels for a few years, a lot of years. Not as much as the old, fucking OG Chaz fans, but I've been around. And yeah, he was my childhood, yeah. He's like 5 years older than me, so pretty much he was my childhood. I must have been 13 or 12, maybe even, when I found him, which is funny because that's literally around when I started YouTube. So I've basically watched Chaz for almost the entire time that I've been doing this shit. And I just now realized that. So that would make him probably one of my oldest subscribed folks. It's been a while. So yes, he was definitely my childhood. Because I can picture myself at my old house. I used to live with my mom alone. I can picture myself sitting in my basement watching endless amounts of YouTube videos, and I'm sure his were some of them. I can imagine. So I I guess that's it. I don't know. I don't even know if I should say this or if it makes sense to, but I think the point of the title is I think Chaz, in a way, he represents something for me, which is like this sincere, candid, classic YouTuber who really just is doing what he's doing. He's doing what he loves. That goes without saying. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than, oh, do you? It's even deeper than that. It's like, there's layers on top of that and below it. It's like he's been doing him. That's old fucking news. It's just, I think that I miss, in a way, I miss this part of YouTube that was like shitty 480p videos with a Bandicam recorder. Those videos are still out there today. But I miss the classic YouTuberism before it was YouTuberism. Like, being a YouTuber, 10 years ago was like a very niche thing. It was like, or at least much more than it is now. It was like, hey, I make videos. Come check out my videos. Maybe you'll like them. I don't know. Or it wasn't even that. It was like, you wouldn't even say you're a YouTuber. You would just say, you would just upload videos. But now it's like this, and I don't need, this goes without saying, I feel. But now YouTube is like this whole commercial thing where everyone wants to have this like Logan Paul quality. And I don't mean in terms of like what Logan Paul makes, but I mean, I remember seeing, probably like a year ago, I watched a Logan Paul vlog, and the quality of the video was like, it was literally a movie. Like, there were these cinematic shots with the drone, and they were driving on a mountain, and there was just this music playing. It was beautiful. There was fucking Letterbox, and then it cut to him kind of like monologuing about some like inspirational shit. And it's like that's literally every video. Like, I watched a couple of them. And it's like, these are fucking beautiful videos, and I don't think they should go away. Of course, Logan Paul, I don't care if he goes away. I don't have anything against him. I don't give a fuck about Logan Paul, is all I'm saying. But I think that high quality is great. But I feel like this, to be a YouTuber in general, has morphed into this. It's just a fucking career. It's any other career. It's like there's a way to do it, and you start here at this level. I'm making a motion with my hand. You start here, and then you're working your way up. And it's the same thing with streaming too. It's like streaming used to be this like fucking thing where you throw it on and it's like shit ass quality and your bitrate sucks and the website can barely even support streaming. And like, I'm just kind of guessing. I haven't been streaming that long, but I'm kind of imagining a time when streaming was new, and it's like nobody streamed thinking like, oh man, I can't wait to be the next ninja. I can't wait to make this my career. They just streamed because they thought it was a fucking badass thing to do, to basically do YouTube except live in real time and chat with fuckers. That's a beautiful thing. Now streaming is just like this, and you know, I'm a part of this too in a way. I think most streamers are. Streaming has become not a hobby, not just something that you do because you think it's cool, but it's like just like being a YouTuber. It's like you just want a quick fix for the fickle. You just want to fucking get the best camera, the best microphone, and the best personality, and the best talking points, and just line it all up, and let the stars align, and watch the numbers climb. Well, that doesn't interest me. I know it interests most people, and it's cool, but it doesn't interest me. What I love is seeing a classic YouTube video that it doesn't need to have a lot of editing. It doesn't need to have a lot of effort. The quality doesn't need to be amazing. It doesn't need to look like a fucking Wendy's commercial. It just needs to be a video where somebody is enjoying themselves, doing something that they love, talking about it, and I take interest in that. You know, there's a reason that I can sit and watch Andrew Hales, sit and talk about why he quit fucking Amazon after like 3 weeks for like 20 minutes. It's like, I don't know why he's making this video, but you're getting to know. He's literally does this. He's like, so quit Amazon. I'm never going back. I can't fucking do it. I mean, you know, like, I mean, my right toe went numb. My foot for like 2 weeks. It came back, luckily, but and I've watched this video twice. That's why I could recite it so well. But like, there's a fucking beauty in that. There's something so amazing about that. That's just like, this is a person who's like, it's like he's talking he's talking to you. He's literally talking. He's kind of talking at you, but he's literally telling you about himself. And I think, long story short, Chaz is a wonderful embodiment of a combination of that candidness and just quality be gone. Quality doesn't matter. Quality can be good. Quality can be bad. It can be funny. It can be serious. It's just all about doing what you love and just owning yourself. And Chaz is one of the most unique and quirky and spontaneous people I've ever met. And I really feel like, in a way, I was already like him, but in a way, he kind of took my hand and fucking showed me around the clouds for a while. I think that he, you know, maybe my blinders were like tilted and he just flipped them up a little bit more, you know, like that happens sometimes. So he's helped me open up even more than I had already intended to, in a lot of different ways. And he's helped me appreciate things that I never thought I'd be appreciating just by existing. I don't know if I should say this, but this has been on my mind for a couple of days, and I think this is one of the things that spiked this idea, and I guess that's what I'm going to end with. See, like, I don't know if I want to say this. Chaz's computer was out of commissioned, decommissioned for a little while. He apparently lost a lot of files and had a kind of a rough time. I don't want to speak for him, Chaz. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I don't want to speak for you. It's just contextual. And I really felt for him in this period. And I spent a lot of time with him. And I think he was going through a rough time. And I feel like he's going through a good time right now, by the way. I feel like he's doing well. Now that everything's back, everything's happening again, he's streaming. I think that he's happy. If I were to guess, I don't know. I'd like to think he's happy. Maybe a week ago, I think I gave him my stream key and I told him to stream on my account, and because I thought it'd be hilarious, and I don't know why I'd never thought of it before, but it was just a random thing, and he did it. I kind of like toughed him into it. Like, I was in a call, I was like, please dude, you gotta do this, and then so he did it. It was like, I feel like I kind of pressured him into it, like, you know. But then I think a few days went by, and I never changed the stream key. And I think I made that clear at some point. And I think he asked me for my alerts link so he could put it on his OBS. And so I sent it to him. And then in Streamlabs, you can test your notifications. And when you do that, it sends, obviously an alert to whichever desired alert you use. You can choose a random one or choose a specific one, and it sends it to OBS. So he had his thing on OBS, and I wasn't there. I wasn't in a call with him. I just know he was setting it up, or I assumed he was. So his OBS was open, and the thing was so I clicked on test follow or whatever, and I played it a couple of times, and then I went and laid down. Or no, I think like within 30 seconds he messaged me and was like, what the fuck? And then I was cracking up. I went and laid down for a couple of minutes, I think, and then I did it some more. And then I saw he went offline. And I was obviously just playing dumb. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, this noise. And then he came back. And he said something along the lines of like, oh, I see what you did there. I think he called me. He's like, oh, I see. I realized what you did. I turned my computer off. I don't think he said that, but I think that's what he did. And he said I was shaking there. I was with peanut butter, his hamster. And I felt so bad. I was like, dude, I didn't mean to actually scare you. Like, 'cause, I didn't know if he was, and I still don't know, obviously. I have no idea if he was actually genuinely freaked by that, like if he thought his computer was fucked up or something, so he's like emergency unplug or whatever. He's like, oh shit, having like a panic attack. I could totally relate to something like that. But I was just messing with him, and I think he obviously knows that. But when he said that to me, I laughed, probably, and then I apologized, and then he, I don't remember what happened, but we just hung up. And for some reason, I've just been thinking about that. And, I feel like Chaz is one of the most caring and gentle souls that I feel like he really would have a panic attack and then just kind of chill with his hamster to calm him down. And I guess I would too. And something about that just softens me right up, Chaz, I don't know if you're listening to this. I never know. But, thank you for being you, man. And I feel like, for some reason, you came into my life and, almost kind of caressed me at a time, where it's not like it was vital. It's not like you saved me. I'm fine. But, I'm just glad. I'm just glad I met you. I suppose I've been talking to you this whole time. And I suppose maybe one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I have no idea how to say this to anybody in person. When you talk to people, it's always different when you're talking to somebody and they can just start talking whenever they want. And Chaz, trust me, we all know, me and you both know, and Spy and Gary, we all know that you won't hesitate to just start talking in the middle of this 30-minute rant about you for whatever reason. I can only imagine the amount of times you may have stopped me in my tracks. Or, it's just things are different when you're with people and, they just cut you off, or maybe this 37-minute segment would have instead lasted like 1 minute or 10 seconds. It's like, hey Chaz, man, I really appreciate you, bro. And then it just becomes a joke and we just kind of laugh because it's like awkward or whatever. I don't know why I'm so emotional. I feel like lately in life I've been having these moments. Like a similar moment was during episode 50. I just started crying, and I feel like I wasn't even saying anything that was news to me. It's not like those thoughts were developed, or sorry, it's not like they were undeveloped. It's not like they were being improv'd. Like they were, but like no, that was something that I've been thinking about for years. And I just was lucky enough to get in a session of recording and just say it all put it all on the line as best as I possibly could. It was luck that I could articulate it remotely as well as I was able to that day. And same here. It's like I am actually very sleep deprived, and I'm actually not feeling too hot. Because, whenever I record for EMM, I'm always going through something. But I think lately in my life, I've just been opening up in the weirdest ways that I haven't even been expecting. Usually I'm completely mute, but for some reason I've just been opening up. And I think it's almost like a therapy session where just me talking about myself, I'm not even saying anything that's necessarily like cry worthy, but sometimes I'm just like, I become self-aware of what I'm saying and all of what I've been saying, and it makes me it locks up my throat, and it makes me tear up a little bit, and it kind of freaks me out because I am not used to just going on this tirade of just talking about myself, because this really the title is so misleading. It's almost like it's not even about Chaz. It's just about me. It's just about how I feel. Sorry, Chaz, using you for views again. And I'm trying my best not to make jokes, because I'm always making jokes, and I really just, for some reason, I just wanted this to be serious and just be able to say something meaningful without like making a reference like Gary. But there's your Gary for the road, I'm kind of upset that this video is so long. I don't know why I made this. I just had the idea, and nowadays sometimes when I just get these ideas, I don't even think about, I spend less time thinking about, oh, is this a bad idea? Should I push this one down through the vents, or can I stomach it, or can other people stomach it? Spent less time thinking about that nowadays, and I'm just thinking, I feel like Chaz will be shocked, and I think he'll be, like a little weirded out, I guess. Probably. He'll probably be like, what? But I don't think that he would I don't think that he would disapprove. I don't think he would be like, yo, take this down. You talked about my fucking hamster. I don't know. But Chaz, if you sat through this whole video where I just tickled your balls for 45 minutes, thank you again. Thank you for supporting me as a friend, as a YouTuber, as a streamer. Welcome back to streaming. Thank you for being my friend. Sometimes these things have been happening in my life, and I'm just wondering, what the fuck did I do to deserve this shit? I really, think that I'm a piece of shit, honestly. I don't have a lot of self-love. I don't even know where that happened, and I think I really, really recently started to realize that. I was like, wow, I fucking hate myself. But, yeah, most of me is constantly wondering why I have what I have. Including a friend like Chaz. But I also fear that if I keep wondering that, it's just going to drive him away. So I've just been trying to live in the moment, of course. That's all I ever do. That's kind of, in a way, it's one of the things I'm best at, is living in the moment. But you still have to try to do it, really. Even though you're just alive constantly in the moment, you still kind of have to try. Like 1% at least. But I've been trying not to ask questions because curiosity killed the cat, apparently. That pussy-ass pussy. No, but it doesn't matter, right? It's like, why do you hang out with me? Why do you hang out with me? Why do you like me? It's like, I don't like you anymore. Like, you can see how it doesn't work. It's a weird thing. It's just a me thing. It's like, I don't know what people see in me, if anything, or if they just waste their time with me and they can't even answer it themselves. Or if there's genuinely some redeeming thing about knowing Spiffy. Thank you again, Chaz. And I don't really know how to end this off. And I guess I got it all off my plate. I wish you well. And thank you for being my friend.
No, I'm saying that I feel like he has like normal conversations with people still.
That's the place to shop. Wegmans.
I think this guy is like shoe nice, except not.
Okay, that's not saying
Like,
anything.
Like,